Hey everyone, sorry I couldn't be here today, but we are going to do our foldable first. So I'm going to be jumping around from left to right on this foldable, so just kind of make sure you're reading the correct word. It should be, for example, if we're doing acute, make sure you are reading acute on your own foldable. So actually for this one, I think we are starting, is it on the, yeah, we'll be starting on the upper left. So that first foldable that you see. And of course, we are going to say this triangle is acute because it has three acute angles. So it has three acute angles. And acute means less than 90 degrees. Moving on to the one below it. This triangle is right because it has one right angle. And we've seen these before. I'll see these a lot. There's a little corner right there. That means it has one right angle. And that means that this is 90 degrees. Then we're jumping over to the right hand side of our foldable. So we're going to do equilateral, and this triangle is equilateral because it has three congruent sides. They have to be congruent. So we would denote that with our congruency marks. So 1, 1, 1. So for example, if we were to say that this left side here measured 8, then both of these would also have to measure 8 because they all have congruent sides. For isosceles, isosceles actually has two congruent sides. And two congruent base angles. So we would say both of these sides are congruent. So for example, if one measured 13, the other would also measure 13. But we also have three congruent angles. Just kidding, two congruent angles. The base is right here. So if one angle measured, for example, 20 degrees, this angle here would also measure 20 degrees. We are going to be jumping over to the left-hand side again with obtuse. This triangle is obtuse because it has one obtuse angle. An obtuse means more than 90 degrees. So for example, I see this giant angle right here has to be more than 90 degrees. We can say that's, I don't know, 120. And now to the bottom right, your last one, scaling. A triangle is scaling because it has no congruent sides. So this side is not congruent to this one and also not congruent to that one. So if we were to say, we can say that, for example, this is 6, this can be 21, this can be 14, and that's completely fine because our triangle is scalene. Let's move on to our worksheet. So we talked about these. I want you guys to fill in every single one of these. And I also want you to draw in your congruency mark, not your congruency marks, your congruent angles. I did not talk about this last one here. 3 congruent angles, that is called equiangular. Oops, that's a G. Let me start over again. That still looks terrible, but this is called an equiangular triangle. It is 3 congruent angles. Equilateral is sides. Equiangular is, of course, angles. So for these first 5, the directions say use the diagram to classify each triangle by its angles. So these 4 are your options for this triangle. So for example, the first question says triangle CDE. So I'm going to look at CDE. And I'm going to see what type of triangle that is. Of course,